Welcome to the Grace Period, where we get real about attorney mental health and well-being and pull back the veil on the high-stakes world of big law. I'm your host, Emily Logan Stedman. In this demanding profession, it is crucial that we don't lose ourselves in the hustle for billable hours. On the Grace Period, we have honest conversations about finding consistency, minimizing chaos, developing coping strategies, and destigmatizing mental health. It is time to prioritize our shared humanity, to find our Grace Period. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Grace Period. I'm Emily Stedman, a commercial litigator and partner at an AmLaw 100 firm. I spend my days in the trenches of breach of contract and other business disputes and litigation, but I'm equally passionate about the real life of lawyers, how we work, how we manage our time, and most importantly, how we take care of ourselves and each other in this demanding profession. Today is episode 37 of the Grace Period, and I want to talk about something that's present in every law firm, legal department, and business team, but is rarely talked about, and that's professional housework. Before you tune out thinking this doesn't apply to you, let me assure you, it does. So, what do I mean by professional housework? I'm talking about the behind-the-scenes work that keeps everything moving in our organizations and businesses. Tasks like scheduling meetings, tracking deadlines, sending calendar invites, digging up emails and documents, saying yes when others say no, showing people how to save or print a PDF. And let's not forget about committee work, training new team members, countless non-billable and administrative tasks. These are things that don't make the headlines in our annual reports. They don't show up in our billable hours, although you should track and use this time to advocate for yourself during review and comp cycles. But ultimately, if these tasks don't get done, our firms and businesses and legal departments would grind to a halt. I'm sure many of you listening can think of a time when a project would have fallen apart if not for someone stepping up to coordinate, organize, and just quietly fill in the gaps. You might also be thinking, well, I do my fair share of that, or that's just part of my job. And to a certain extent, that's absolutely right. Every team needs people who are willing to step in and make sure the trains run on time. But here's my question for you. Have you actually taken stock of who is doing this work? Is it you? Are you delegating it? Is someone quietly picking up the slack? Or do you just assume it'll get done because, well, it always does? And here is where it gets even more important. If someone else is handling it, how often is it a woman, a junior lawyer, or a diverse attorney? Research and experience tell us that this invisible labor disproportionately falls on those least likely to say no. It's the people who want to be team players, who don't want to rock the boat, who may already feel pressure to prove themselves. And too often, that's women, junior attorneys, and attorneys from underrepresented backgrounds. So why does this matter? Well, these tasks are mission critical for firm culture and operations. They are the grease that keep the wheels turning, but they're rarely recognized or rewarded in compensation or promotion decisions. And when this burden falls unequally, when the same people are always expected to pick up this slack, it leads to burnout and dissatisfaction. And it's not just about fairness and an equal load. It's about retention. We lose talented people, especially from groups we're trying to better include and support, because they're exhausted by doing work that isn't valued, or isn't even noticed. We've all been on teams that needed someone to schedule a meeting, or to take notes in a meeting, or to make sure exhibits for a deposition got prepared and ready in time. Often, the same people volunteer to do that, or they're volunteered or voluntold to do it. It's not the senior partners, it's junior associates, it's women, it's people who feel like they can't say no. Over time, this takes a toll. These people are less engaged, more likely to leave, and frankly, less likely to get noticed for the work that did count toward a promotion. And let's be clear, It's easy to assume that this professional housework just happens. It doesn't just happen. It's easy to assume everyone is equally sharing the load. They are not. So, what can we do about it? First, we have to take stock. If you're a partner or team leader, look around and ask yourself, who's actually doing the work that keeps our team running? Are you recognizing it? Are you rewarding it? If you're an associate or business professional, track what you're doing. Enter that time into your firm's billing system using a non-billable number. If your firm doesn't have one of those, ask them to create one. And don't be afraid to speak up if you're carrying more than your fair share. Then, if you're in a position to delegate, do so thoughtfully. Don't always turn to the same people. Spread the responsibilities around. And for everyone, let's start making this work visible. Talk about it in team meetings. Include it in performance reviews. Acknowledge the people who make your life easier, even if it's just with a thank you or a public shout out. And here's my practical suggestion. For the next month, keep a log of all the non-billable, non-client-facing work and administrative work you do. At the end of the month, review it. Share it with your team. Share it with your leaders. Better yet, enter it daily alongside your billable time in your firm's system. You will undoubtedly be surprised at just how much time and energy goes into keeping your professional house in order. If we want to improve retention, if we want true organizational efficiency, and if we want to create workspaces where everyone can thrive, it's time to recognize, value, and fairly distribute the work that keeps our firms running. Thanks for listening. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your stories and solutions. Let's keep this conversation going because professional housework, it's not going anywhere. But we can change how we handle it, and that will make a difference. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Grace Period. I hope this discussion has provided some insights about professional housework, who's doing it, who could do more or less of it, and why it matters. Remember, you don't have to sacrifice your well-being for career success. By prioritizing self-care, setting boundaries, and seeking support, you can survive and even thrive in the law and in big law. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. That is the path to our grace period. Disclaimer. All views and opinions expressed in this episode are strictly my own. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute professional advice of any kind, including legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is created by listening to this podcast.